Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back office Teardown Lab. Yes, we have another box from Amazon and it's another thing that's been sent to me. This time it's been sent to me by a company called Kimafun. I'll write that here because it's not so clear. I printed it a bit small. M-A-F-U-N. And they promised to send me this Lavalier. Well, asked really, I don't know about promise, but they did send it for me to review. And basically, if you haven't used one, these wireless Lavaliers are, or Lavalier, I don't know how you pronounce it. Basically, this part will go into your camera or device, and then this bit's the transmitter, and they hook up. So I do have previous versions for this by Rode. Or Rude, I don't know how you pronounce it, and there's issues with all of those things. It's digital, that particular one's digital, but you still get a little bit of noise, especially the battery starts running down on it. There's always pros and cons. So this one does say though, this says headset and Lavalier mics. Now I think they did email me to say they ran out of the headset one, so this is the other one, which is not necessarily as useful to me personally, but I'll try it anyway. Versatile using. Wireless mic can be used in different ways. Great. Easy charging. Oh, and a battery level indicator. So this could be the bit of the game changer on these if these have a USB, which we'll find out. 2.4 gigahertz wireless transmitter. There is a lot of stuff in that band, so hopefully you wouldn't pick up too much range. If you're ever testing them out, by the way, and you go to a show, you know, like an expo or something, this is where you really, the rubber hits the road when you're testing these things and you'll get noise or not. Multiple scenes. The receiver is 3.5mm stereo jack with a free Y splitter, which can be used for general smartphone. And there's some other free stuff. Anyway, this particular package is currently at £42.49 on Amazon. We'll put a link somewhere for Kimafun, but let's see how it's packaged when it arrives. Oh, I hate the way that just doesn't tear off in one seamless strip. Ooh, okay, this is looking nice. I do like things that come with their own box. That is absolutely useful. I wish my Rode ones came with a box. Kimafun wireless microphone. This is the G130-1 UK. New. So I don't know if what's so specific about the UK edition. Hopefully it meets all of the UK transmitting standards. And there's a address. Right. Kimafun. How fun can something actually be? Right, so first things first, nice. I do like this. I like this black, it's not polystyrene horribleness, it's something else. I do like that, and there is a little kit. So let's just see what you get. First thing you get, the microphone itself, and yes, USB mini, so it is rechargeable. Nice on-off switch, good. Volume, yeah, I don't normally like the level adjustment on the transmitter side, but that could be okay. That's the receiver, and I do hope there's a wire on that receiver. Maybe. The problem with these, okay, that's good, but now I can't stick this out the side of my camera, this thing, because if it gets jarred, it's going to snap the crap out of my camera, so I probably would be looking to get an extension on there. I can see they have an adapter to the 6mm jack, which you could just screw that in. Again, less useful. Perhaps I could plug it into this splitter and then plug that into the camera again. Yeah, we'll work that out. Don't worry about that. And there is the, there's a charging wire, but look, it has 2 USB micros, so you can charge both ends at once. Now, I've not tried rechargeable things. I've always erred on the type of things just use standard alkaline batteries. The reason being, if I'm going to be doing some filming, I'll bin literally whatever batteries are in the thing and just put new in, because I know from new I'll get X hours. So rechargeable always is a little bit unnerving. But what would be interesting with these things is if you can just sort of charge them up on a power bank casually whenever you need, and perhaps the battery life's good. Who knows, really? What does it say? Let's have a look at what it says, if there's any battery life indication on here. There is a specification here, and it's saying on there, for the transmitter, the charging time is 3 to 4 hours, and the continuous working time is 6 to 8, and the receiver is 3 to 4 hours, continuous working time 10 to 12. So I don't think you'd be too upset at that. And they are indeed showing the transmitter being plugged into like a PA system. Or I suppose you could plug it into your laptop. That's not a bad idea. Might try that too one day. Right. So there's your belt clip. Let's see the, that's the transmitter, clips on there, clips onto your belt. I think what I should do though really is try to get this into my camera right now, and we will see if we can just do a pairing. Oh, I'm just looking at all my various bits and bobs here. We do have enough equipment here to actually test this, because what we can do is we can take our line in on our pot noodle pot, can't we? Look at that. Put that to on. Put this to on. So now our Kimafun is attached, and there is a little blue light here flashing, so we can see that's on. Then I'm going to turn this to on. See if it just pairs. Hello. Oh! Look at that. That's actually a very low tolerance to the feedback. I'm pushing the positive. Hello. Hello there. How are you? How are you? Testing. I'm reducing the volume. I'm reducing the volume. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many steps there is on the volume. You can work out, but look at that. Very low. Good. Okay, so I think I'm going to clip this onto me, and we'll plug it into the camera. Right, well, the receiver is plugged into my camera. It did go in okay. I was a bit worried that that metal part wouldn't go in all the way, but it went in deep. So, good. Now, hopefully you should be able to hear me, and I'll be audible. So I'm just going to see if we can just have a little quick look at the general construction of this thing while I'm fiddling with it. Hopefully it won't make too much noise, because I'm sure you're curious as to what's inside, as am I. So if we can open it without destroying it, that's a good thing. And there you have it. So the bracket on the back is held in with 2 little screws, so that's nice. It's not just part of the plastic, it is actually screwed in nicely. You have a 500 milliamp hour battery. It's a pretty decent size really. That should last the duration. And then you have here mic plus, mic positive. So for me, for example, if I wasn't too happy about just having it stuck on the Lavalier, I could fit a headphone socket onto here, and then that way I could just adapt it to whatever else I wanted. If you wanted to transmit something else, I suspect if you buy that thing, yeah, you can see there's actually a fly lead here with a socket on there. I guess the headset's a bit of a weird one really, because there'll be nothing in your ears. It's really just holding the microphone in front of your gob. And then we can have a little look, see if we can just prise this out. Again, it's all interesting because we're live. You've got the on-off button and the USB, and then the volume on this side. So, yep, we can. It's fine. All the bits just drop everywhere. Wow, and that is what's in it. And there is your 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, and you can always tell that, by the way, from the length. So just websites that do that, you know, the lengths of these are normally a fraction of the full wavelength of the band. So I don't know what this is. Is it a quarter length, 1/8 of a length, something like that? You've got the power switch there. You've got the USB audio win, and then here you've got this ARF AWA 8810 chip that's just doing all the business really. I suspect that's just handling everything else, and then you're probably going to be getting one of these will be a charge controller chip, probably there-ish, and then you'll have a chip here. This probably this one here. I could probably read it off actually. It's an 8218 CA21N06, which it potentially is something to do with like gain control and all of those things. I mean, remember, at the end of the day, it's an audio device. Hopefully I haven't been messing up the sound too much by prodding these things. So yeah, it does look like it's quite quality little PCB. This is an okay thing. I remember back in day when you used to have transmitters, when you'd pop the hood on them, they would be absolutely full of what I'm going to call low tech, you know, because they were all analog. So they'd have all of the trappings of an analog system. So you'd have, you know, loads of RF coils and random transistors and all those sorts of things. But fortunately, when you move to digital, it does clean things up a bit. So let's see if we can just pop this thing back into the box, because I think this will be a challenge. We might end up just doing this offline if it doesn't pan out for me. Just making sure I've got all these loose bits. Because you've got these components that sit opposite each other in the case, like the switch and the buttons, it must make it a nightmare for anybody working in the factory who has to put these together. But I can see from the way the power switch is, there's a little cut up in it so that the switch can slide down, that you're going to put in the volume controls first. Oh, but you got the USB, huh? Darn it. Someone wasn't thinking. So you've got to put the USB in first, do you? And then rotate that. Yeah. Yep. I think this is a off the camera me messing around, fiddling with it. So there you go though. There's not much there's not much else to show you. So hopefully the sound is good, the audio quality is good, and as I turn my head you can still hear me exactly the same volume, which is probably a lot less likely when I use my fixed microphone. So hopefully that's of some use to you. Please, if it is, go visit their website and look up for Kimafun, and you'll have a lot of fun with the Kimafun, and it'll pan out for you. It'll work well. As ever, thank you for watching. I thought just before I sign off, actually, let's have a quick look in the receiver. I'm sure you're as curious as I am. Because I was kind of thinking, hang on, in the receiver, will it have more parts or less parts? It still needs kind of amplifiers, but there'll be more power amplifiers. So it still needs certain things, but it doesn't need other things. And I thought because it's going to be easier to pop in and out of this box, because it doesn't have the buttons, we'll have a go. Now, again, the battery is user serviceable. I like that. There is a molded headphone thing. Let's see if it can pop out. I think you can. If you really want to, you're going to be able to yoink that. In fact, I think if we're going to have any chance, you can. It's like a semi-over molded, and I'm a little bit reluctant to yoink it too hard because you do have those very fine wires. But you do have a ground left and right, so you could adapt this again if you're interested in hacking about with it. Watch out for these little foamy things. I think they're in there to stop it rattling. Shake, rattle and roll. And there you've got it. Look at that. You've got it. Same chipset, effectively, the AWA 8810 chipset thing. And there's your power switch. And you can see there you've got your blue light flashing, which probably goes red, I should imagine, when it runs out of the juice. And very similar componentry. The only difference being, really, is I suspect this is a power amp for the audio, and without squinting too hard, I can't really see that, but that's fine. Shall we just let's see, shall we, if we can just get out the headphone thing, because then I'm sure that's us. Oh, I can hear my printer going wild in the background. Yes, it does. It popped right out. So there you go. That's your piece of overmolding thing there. So hopefully you can get that back in. Yes, you can, because it's put in like that. So they do mold it in at time of manufacture, which is cool. In fact, that bit goes in there. So this is pointing straight up. That's how it should be. Yes, there you go. So you will be able to put it all back together, and you're good again. So yeah, in terms of serviceability, good, and in terms of hackability, also double good. Excellent. Now I'm going to get bye-bye.